Welcome to my Centenarian Olympics project, where my journey and your journey begins. It's possible to be 100. This video proves it. A 100-year-old doctor.
The doctor is in.
Good baby.
Alright.
All right.
Let's go to the table of contents. This is how it's structured. Starts with our training goals, then it talks about our body and our exercise program, our mind and mindful activities. Then it moves to some gutsy knowledge, and then we talk about our gut and the foods that can improve our gut as well. These are my training goals. As you can see, video games with the youngsters is super important to me. Having the freedom to walk to the bathroom is important to me. I don't want to be in no nursing home with incontinence, cause then someone would put a diaper on me. And making century-old jokes about myself would feel very satisfying. Taste testing wine and cheese and chocolate is like so wonderful. And playing tennis is my favorite sport. Dancing like my hips don't like, that's a Shakira reference. So, our body, there is a relative decline in muscle mass and strength. This can lead to functional limitations and mobility disability. There's a withdrawal of growth hormone production. Insulin-like growth factor IGF-1 axis decline. We can think of also testosterone and estrogen declining included in this growth factor. High adipose tissue volumes occur. It promotes the production of inflammatory proteins and cytokines. So adipose tissue is contributed by fat cells, fat stored in them, and lower bone density due to deterioration. Our bone cells get weaker, which leads to osteoporosis and bone fragility. And also, our cells lose their ability to function because as we age, it commits apoptosis. This exercise program is helpful if you want to dance, play tennis, and go to the restroom. So cardio every day gives your legs a workout and improves blood flow to the entire body. It promotes hormones like testosterone and estrogen. Leg workouts can help grow leg muscles and bone to withstand the physiology of aging. So you can walk to the restroom all the time if you so desire to. And heavy weights can increase muscle growth for arms and trains the brain against adversity. Because weightlifting is basically a power struggle, we're also training our brain to fight off and challenge ourselves. These are the exercise graphs. These are some important key points from the research article. So this is the risk of hypertension at a 1, but with exercise it goes down by the hour. So this is like the hour that you exercise, and this is also risk of type 2 diabetes, the hours you exercise by meeting these quota per week. This is also a mortality risk. It goes down, but if you work too much, like over 75 hours per week, it's not helpful. Our mind as we age beyond. There's greater difficulty with tasks using cognition and perception. The amount of neurons decreases, causing slower reaction time. remyelination efficiency slows down. The myelin sheaths are what moves nerve signals in the neurons. So yeah, there's a fast, speedy communication with the brain. There's a decline in the nervous system, which can lead to muscle atrophy. So without using your muscles, you move your muscles using your nervous system. So if you don't move your muscles enough, you might just lose the ability to. And there's a severe white matter and cerebral infarctions, which also correlate to movement impairment. Some of these mindful activities include learning a new skill every day to keep the mind active. This could be trying to learn a new language or making new memories and new games. Also, you can practice a new skill which can increase your nerve stimulation. So like playing the piano requires you moving your fingers. Playing video games also requires you to think and move your fingers. And playing sports requires you to move your entire body, which is also stimulating. Last but not least, you can also problem solve and engineer new inventions. Create innovating ways, like instead of going downstairs, I'll jump downstairs. And also always humor yourself with comedy. Think of something funny and laugh about it. These are the pre and post training data that I've gathered from my research. So this shows a simple reaction time, and you can see that post is way faster, a little bit faster, but faster nonetheless for most of them. And you can see these graphs. These are how elders have responded to games. Brain fitness games are very stimulating to them, and you can see their agreement is that it improves memory a lot and hand-eye coordination. So, some gutsy knowledge. We know about the gut, but how does it help us? And how does it influence us? Well, the gut influences the central nervous system for food regulation. We know that gut bacteria are responsible for bile, which helps aid in digestion. We also know some of our organs make leptin, which is a protein, to control our weight and appetite. Ghrelin, on the other hand, increases our hunger and food intake if we starve. Some gut microbes can influence adipose tissue weight gain, inflammatory pathways, and gut-brain axis. And some gut microbes can also interact with immune cells and cytokines. These are just lovely pictures of an alcoholic beverage, food. So our gut as we age beyond. There's a reduction of beneficial microbes such as bifidobacteria, bacteroids, and prevotella. There's also an imbalance of the GI tract known as dysbiosis. It can cause DNA damage, which increases cancer risk. A decrease in microbial diversity leads to stress, inflammation, and hormone imbalances. Some gastric symptoms can also upset stomach, create ulcers, and create more acid reflux. Oh my god. So this is what the program recommends for your food diet regime. You can try intermittent fasting. There's lots of studies that show it's very beneficial for the body by improving glucose regulation, suppressing inflammation, and weight loss. We know this correlates to evolution because back then you had to hunt for food, and so food wasn't always available for you to eat, right? So your body compensates this by keeping your food maintenance in a period at a time. So we know you have to eat a balanced diet consisting of nuts, lean meats, fruits, veggies, and other rice and rich nutrients. Or, I don't recommend this, but you can try this restrictive bodybuilder diet. Protein powder, lean chicken, rice, and broccoli. Remember, you can always have a cheat day because you have to treat yourself. This is the cheat day. Look at that. So for the food graphs, the healthy eating pyramid. As you can see, the most important thing for eating is actually exercising, along with some fish, asparagus, and milk. Then it goes up to vegetables, healthy fats, oils, and whole grains. Then it goes up to nuts, seeds, tofu, fish, eggs. Dairy is not that important, and I prefer dairy without non-dairy. I prefer dairy without the milk, which is non-dairy. And of course, at the top is very unhealthy for you, but regardless, you can have just a little if you want. Optionally, you can have some wine for a special occasion. And most people love to take vitamin D. This graph shows you how much fat are in calories in a fast food meal. So you can see a cheeseburger have way over half of the calories being fat, which is very unhealthy. Fries are very unhealthy. Apple pies are very unhealthy. And a large drink is super unhealthy too, because it's a drink and it has that much calories. No thank you. The end.